Hi, welcome. Hello. Hi, hello, welcome, and welcome to part three of add types to enquirer. So, as in part one, in let's say recap in part one, part two, what we're doing in this series is to add or improve the type system, the type definitions in the enquirer library. So in the last two live streams, I have converted some text from JavaScript to TypeScript, and from there we're adding the types as needed, and we talk about how to organize the types and how to get rid of the old one and try to start new and organize them and start adding generics just a little bit. And then in this video, we'll continue to our work here. And we're getting to something more interesting is we are going to use the union types and to separate the input question options. So without further ado, let's get started. So here, what you're seeing is the number prompts, and you can see that there's an error over here, and for number prompts, the options or the question can have a min value, and I guess there could be a max value, as you can see over here. And this doesn't exist and doesn't apply to other types, other questions. It only applies to number or maybe some other prompts that inherit from numbers. So we don't want to add this property into the general question. Because of course we can and make this a number, then it will be fine, right? However, that's not what we want, right? We want to be able to separate it so that when you're using other prompts, these won't show up as an option. So to do that, we need to start differentiating. So we need to start creating a different types, and let's see. So let's say numeric question. Okay. So then equal, we can copy all of them over, and but before that, we can also just try give it a try to do something like this and see if it works. So we want this to be a number, and then we want to say, okay, we have a min as a number, and max n is a number. Oh, for the num type, that's when we need to set the constructor to take a question of a numeric question. Okay, so let's see. And then over here, this is for the test. We need to set it as a numeric question. Right, so this goes there. And so this will show as numeric. Right. So now the prompt itself, it has this min. Right. It can be a number or can be undefined. If the If the caller doesn't provide it, it probably will be undefined. But let's double check. So numeric prompts is value of, if not, it will be actually will be infinity, negative infinity, infinity, or possible positive infinity. So because of that, it will never be undefined. So let's adjust this to be non-optional. And then it also have some other fields. So let's, oh, no, not here. Is the numeric prompt over here. So this won't be optional. And as well as we also have this delay. And zoom is also a number. And then float, boolean, and so on. Right, so over here, there's an input, and the input will always be a string, so which is fine. The cursor is a number, it's the same, and there is a cursor show. This is okay. So that's good. Now we need to add this in, but before that, let's fix this. We also have this delay, right? So we're going to copy that over, copy this. Make them all optional. And the rest should be fine. Right. So now we have this append. Oh, the superclass actually have append. This is a string prompt. So maybe we don't need this. And this need to be it shouldn't extend from string prompts. So before working on this, there are still some errors, but since the base class of that was the string prompt, let's go in to work on the string first. Okay. So this got the prompt, and let's convert it. Do the same thing. Convert this to a module. Right. And I would actually want to let's change that and get it back to string prompt. Okay, now we have some interesting thing, something new, right? This has this prompt. I don't know if it is a class. Should expose static method for getting prompt class. So let's take a look. In anyway, this is a string prompt. So let's fix that. We don't need this. And then this should be a string. Let's see why this is still not showing up. Don't know yet, but we'll figure out. Oh, this prompt is any. Type of. Okay. Hold on a second. Oh. Yeah. If I do this, this would be fine. If I do this, this will be fine also. Right, because they are two separate things. One is the variable, one is the type. Of course, I could I don't think that will work. No. Okay, just keep it like this. And let's go to the actual code. And prompts and see what we get there. Why does it have that extra thing? I don't see that here. So why does it have that? Is it saying that the base class have this? Okay, I'm not going to change someone's code. Because over here it doesn't do that. I wonder where that comes from. That's interesting. Right. But before that, let's take a look at this. Right. So, is there anything that's not in the base class? Because we already have key press. We have key press. The input, we've identified those. Oh, now the key. So this is really key. And then there's a name. Oh, hold on a second. This is looking weird. There's a append function passing in the second parameter, but but it is not used here. I think there's another bug over here. It's just what happened is just pass in this slash n, but not really the key. This is a mistake. If not key return go in. So this probably is the regular key type, but for now I'm just going to type it along the way. Right. So one of the thing is when you type, depends on the use case. The best is to keep using, you just use the minimum, describe the minimum, right? It has something to do with the solid principles, which I won't go into in this live stream. But if you're interested, go check that one out. So essentially, is don't depend on things that you don't need. Okay. So as I'm changing that, I want to make sure that the other things are still, all of the other things are still fine. So it seems like they are. So then over here, move cursor. Yeah, string have move cursor, but others doesn't. Okay. So need to add that. So let's add that over here. Oh no, so this return void. And then reset, that's also new. Return render. Does render return anything? I don't think render returns anything. Right. But it's a async function, so that really means it return a promise to make it asynchronous. Okay, so that's what I mean. So let's go on to the next one. Dispatch, I don't think we have dispatch either. CH is likely a character, which is a string. And then key is the, yeah, is the key. Read line. Where is that? Where's that modeled? Can't remember. Is it really read line? Let's see. This is type note. Key name control. Code. No, yeah, that's not the one. That's definitely not the one. Key code. I cannot remember. I cannot remember. I think there was one. There was a interface that described the key during key press, key down, but I can't remember what it is. So let's just add that over here. So we know there is a control, which is a Boolean. And then there is a code, which I recall is a number. And then there's a name, which is a string. And if it's not, hopefully the test will tell us. So this return void. Well, there's an alert. What is alert return? Alert return void. Yeah, well, at least in the base class, alert return void is not a promise. So I'm going to just continue to type it as void. Okay. And then the one that I was just looking at, the key press, convert to E. Enquire typescript. No, that's not what I want. I want it to be out. Okay. This really. Delete this alert, which is void, and then this just delete one character. So okay. Delete forward, delete the next character. That's okay. Oh, I see. Now I start understanding what it is trying to do. So basically, this is not really a string. Well, at least this function, the implementation is for string. However, it is just an input. It's a prompt with the input that you can move the cursor up, down, typing character, and then the number prompts is the same, right? Because you can type in multiple character. I mean numbers in this case. In that case. Right, so it just reuse some of these functions. So in terms of design, very likely they should both inherit from a input prompt, or yeah, probably we call it input prompt, and then use and then implement their own implementation instead of the number prompt inherit from the string prompts. So that's what it probably should have been. Right. So, but let's continue this first, and then we can refactor the type itself to make it looks a little bit nicer. Right. or keyboard related stuff. This is void last, void next, void its value. We already have it. Its value any. Not sure can this be T. So I would continue keep it as type any for now, because I don't know how this is being used. That need to look at the test. So this is fine, and the style has a submit. So probably we're missing a style styles class, but we'll worry that later, because this is internal, right? It's not exposed anywhere else, and until we check that out, which is here, here, we will look into it more. So the render function, all right, we are done. So that's a string. So with that, let's fill in the remaining. So string prompt is Boolean. Initial should cast initial to string. I see. So this, it actually doesn't enforce it, but it will cast it. So then the question is in TypeScript. Should I allow that? Right, because that's one of the benefit for using TypeScript. And this is checking for in terms of JavaScript, the user can type in using the Boolean value false, and it need to be converted to string. So I don't think I'm going to relax that, right? So that the type will remain as string, which is what we really want, like this over here. But the test will still remain here, because there are people using this library obviously in JavaScript. So the test still need to be remain and work. So this should be an string array, if I'm correct. Oh, it's a number array. Yes, of course, number array. Sorry. And this actually this can be const. Well, this little thing I think I can change it. And then this one control is true. Enquirer key and control is missing code and name. Make them parcel. I'm not sure should I do that. But this is allow you to. So this, yeah, now it's really modifiers. Now I understand. Which makes sense. Control, but what about the name and the code? Well, let's keep it like that for now. And because that's the usage, keep it like this. So now we still remain with this. So I actually don't know what it is. So I'm going to print it out. Just do that. Oh, yeah, I still need to fix this first. Does it print out anything? But no, it doesn't allow me to do that. And here the TS node, can I tell TS node to ignore transpilation error? Haven't really used TS node that much, so I'm not sure. That's okay. Let's keep going. Let's fix this type first, then we will test that. So key press, go back to the prompts. So this is saying this actually accept now. Oh, that's it? Really? Okay. So what did I get here? Prompt, Boolean prompt, numeric prompt, string prompt. Hey, where's the printout? String prompt class. Oh, string prompt undefined. What is that? It's undefined. Well, it is prompt. And then this test will pass because undefined equal to undefined. So this is actually a invalid test. So if I'm going to guess what it really wants to do, is to check if there's any, well, like in the description, is static method. Should expose static method for getting prompt class. Okay. So probably need to ask people who wrote this. To see what they mean, because extending class, this is by default, right? The language, and the ES6 will support the static method. Of course, it will be available. So I'm not really sure what this test is trying to do. So I'm not going to fix it, and I would just keep it here. And when I done with the whole thing, improve the whole thing, and send a PR, and that's when I will bring it up to the people who maintain this library to see if they have any idea what should be done with this test. Okay, so that's fine. We got string and we got number, and the boolean is also working fine. So we're pretty happy with that. And so let's check it. Number prompt and the string prompt. However, the number prompts, this is actually not using any of that, at least in the test. All right. And be honest, these are not really being used outside, right? So while we are describing the types during test, so and actually we adding this by just looking at the source code, right? So per source code, these are public methods. However, these are likely not being used. Right? So say if I do this, right, it won't fail a test, right? The test will still pass. It's just that internally when you're using it, if there's any usage, then it might complain, right? But that's not going to be the case because the code is not doing this kind performing this kind of usage at all. So for the time being, I'll keep that in there. But this can actually be removed and there won't be any harm, I think. Right, I think. But anyway, we'll keep that in there and we'll see. Okay, so let's continue on the next one. Now we're done with all these three, and let's take a look at array. Okay, so this get the array prompt, and this array prompt is really array prompts. And the expect is not being used. And there's no this get the timeout function. Color is not being used. Question, not sure yet. So now this one, what should it expect? Hold on, this assert dot has Interesting, interesting. Let's put it as any first. What's missing? SH missing in type. Oh, again, in doing the test, just like in the past, uh, it's not expected to create without the option. So this is completely not necessary. All right, seems like we need an array function, right? So because the the array question, because it will have this multiple, the others does not, and that only apply to this, and that's what we're going to do. Let's change the right. So we don't know the type yet. We see. Property t the array. No, no, this is support choice as string, support choice. Okay, that's all good. What's the answer? I want to look at the answer. 111 answer. This is a string, right? So the initial string, this output is a string. So it's still not really into that quote unquote really an array, right? It's not, the answer is not an array. It's just a choice. This is really a choice prompt, although it's called array prompt. Speaking of which, it is called array prompt. Let's don't add the generic yet, and put that as any first, and just satisfy the requirement. And we'll see. Right, so don't add the type yet. Don't add the generic type yet. Multiple. Hold on a second, you have this multiple. So meaning it will allow you to select multiple. Right? And then this question doesn't have choice, and so we need to add the choice in. And speaking of that, I'm really getting annoyed by all this style thing. You know, some have comma, some does not. And although, yeah, I was the one who wrote it, but without the linting tool, you know, you get sloppy, and I feel like I should add it in. So choice array. I know it can be a string or it can be name with string or message string. Voices. Then, so the prompt, we have choice. Oh, no. Don't know the type yet, but I know it have choices. And we'll take off that at later on. So this one, multiple is declared here. Oh, I add the multiple as not option. So this choice, besides these two, it can also be a function. Turn a string. Or a async function that return, yeah, just setting timeout, promise string. One second, what is this return? Oh, this is it. The timeout doesn't. This is any. The timeout itself return the. Let me copy it over to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So this is a promise any, because this return a promise any, and this timeout is okay done by this guy, which get any this. So now the question is, what do I want to do? Do I want to type this? Because one of the things I didn't want to do is to change the actual code to TypeScript, because well, I'm not the one who maintained the project or wrote the project, so I definitely need to honor the original, well, the author's opinion. And although I haven't asked them yet, or I mentioned it in one of the PR, but haven't heard anything from them yet. So I definitely don't want to do that. In this exercise, in this stream, although I am converting the test to TypeScript, because that helps me in really easily driving the type in TDD style to get all the type in correctly. But be honest, I'm not sure will they accept this PR, because, well, I'm changing the test to TypeScript, right? And I don't know if they are open to maintain the test in TypeScript. Of course, maybe I can also do that, do all the work, check it in, and then reword the test back to JavaScript, right? And that probably they will be happy to do that, or happy to accept that PR. But as for these are test support functions. So it's kind of between test code and real code. So do I want to do that? Right? Do I want to do that? The problem definitely is here. And with TypeScript, I can definitely solve it, right? Get the type of this function, make it a generic type, and then return this as the promise of that type. Is easy to do. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Because for this emitter, at the very beginning, we show that, oh, actually this is a code that's not used, right? So, and since this is test support function, I think it's okay. If they, it's the same thing. If they don't like it, I can change it back. So, these are just key press. I think the other things should be pretty simple. So let's convert this to TypeScript. So the question is, how am I going to change it? All right. So this export a function at the in the common.js style, and as you see, the way to use this is get the support function and call and pass in the assert to augment the type essentially. So I need to do two things. Well, I need to do a few things. This return the util, and then this do the augmentation. Okay. Yeah. What should I do? Well, since I'm changing all the tests to TypeScript and configure the TypeScript to use yes module interrupts, I shouldn't have any problem if I do default export this support function. Right. Like that. And then implement the rest. And implementing this is pretty straightforward. Just it's the same thing. Not too much of a deal. Right. And just we need to extend this. And when this is called, can I do module augmentation over here? I think I can. I haven't done this for a long time. is get A, B, and the message. A is probably an array. Is array, if not, or it can be string. And then it can be object, right? So basically just this three case. So it's an array, it's a string, or it's object, right? Because this only work for array, string, and object. And this take care of array, this care of string, this must be object. So string, array, don't care what's inside. And the object, which is in this case is a record, string any. So B can be an array. Well, it makes sure that it is an array, right? So if it is array, this has to be array. If this is a string, this has to be a string. And then if this is well, if not, they assume both to be object. So of course I can do the same, and then I can even make this as a type, as a generic type, and then just like this extends string, array, and record, and then make A and B the same. But that actually will kind of defeat the purpose, right? Because the objective of this is to make sure that they match, and probably is optional. They will probably accept they will match. And the thing is, this is test supporting function. So if I improve the type, which I definitely can, then a lot of the test, since it's also written in TypeScript, you don't really need to call this function. Is you know it right away, right? So therefore in this case, I will keep them separate like this, so that you can accidentally do a mix and match. Thus, you can write the test and check the right thing correctly. Because if not, you won't check, right? You don't have to check. The last thing I want to make sure double check is the message. It is necessary. I think it is not necessary. This message can be undefined, right? This div equal also, the message can be undefined. So I'm going to also make it optional. Okay. So now this is a simple fix. All you need to do is to just do that. That's it. And then this is a comma. This is a comma. I think this closes the whole thing. I thought this looks fine. I missed something. Oh. So let's define that first. And then just, oh, I missed this too. All right. Right. I will actually do this. Oh no, I have to wrap it around, so I can't. I use the assert over here. Okay. That will fix it. So A is a string, include B, and this has to be a string. As said, this is kind of faking it. Right, as if not, well, you don't need to write this function. Actually, hold on. I can actually do that over here. Right? I can do it over here. It's just that I'm not exposing it as such outside. This do the assert is array. Yeah, this doesn't do the assertion, and yeah, the control flow analysis doesn't work here because this is not if else case or the assertion that say assert is array and things like that, and properly eliminate the type. So, well, let's restore this. Let's get back to here. Yeah, let's keep it that way. So expected I'm not going to be crazy on this, you know, just make it simple. Then whatever real value because this will resolve that type. I definitely want to do something about it. And this T, this T. Can I define over here? Over here. Yeah. Right. So, and then these are all the same. These functions are that kind of type, and this will be T. This function be like this, and T. This return T. And this prompt will do this, and this would be string array. so that each of this is a string, and then this will get kind of this dot timeout, but it doesn't work that way. Okay, let me do this. And utils. Right, they use semicolon. They use semicolon, so I will keep the semicolon. Okay. Right. So that take care of that type. And as I am doing that, let's just do one more. Just keep it like that. And then mixing that doesn't really hurt, at least not to me. So now see, so the hash is there, and then this timeout will get a string. It return a string. Hey, it return a string already. What else do you want? Comma string not assignable to choice. Oh. This is executed and is returning a promise string. So it also allowed this. Nice. So props has an index. So the index is properly determining which choice the user select. Okay. Also same here. How about when it is multiple? I wonder what did they do. Once run has choice, yes, but oh well. I'm just curious. Not complaining, not anything. Array prompt. So this have a index which is a number, and then the choice can also has value. So besides the message, it can also have value. And like that. But then this message, this will be a problem. So they need to be optional. The name, we don't want that to be optional. So enabled is an array of string. No, not string. What is this ch? Choice. Oh, so I see. That's how it works with the multiple. Or initial can be no, this is not choice. This I see. It's not that this is okay. Choice input. So this is choice input. But the choice itself is autofocus. So this is the question. Optional. Let's put this in front. Autofocus can be number or can be a value. The value is a string. The string is the name. One is an index, one is a name. Like that. This has nothing to do with the type itself. So on run. Prompt.dispatch. The dispatch function is a string prompt, and this is array. Hold on a second. This is just getting a little bit too complicated. But over here, I'm not exposing that. Right, this, even the util is just using it. It's not exposing anything. Hold on, let me check a little bit. Check something. When you are using the, when you try to extend this here, you do the custom type, that's okay. There's a prompt, can extend it, there's a custom prompts. Also is over here, okay. So this getting the autocomplete, okay. One thing, I shouldn't double click. Let's scroll back to prompts. Yeah. No, built-in. Built-in. Let's let scroll. Let me make sure. So this is not selected through the object type. Right, password, quiz, survey, scale, select. Yeah, it's at top level. Even with this, let's see example. Off prompt, Boolean prompt, number prompt. So it is exposed at. Okay, I need to do a quick test because that would simplify the stuff quite a bit. Hmm? Oh, well, oh, haven't saved. Oh, it did. Just print it out. Hmm? What? Mm. Oh, why? Why zero? What is going on? Hmm? It mess up something? I did mess up something. By changing those. Let's see. Okay, so this we're fine. But not when I convert the support function, I guess. But this is still working. Right, just update the type. Okay. I don't think that is the case, but let's see. It's very likely it's a support function. Yep. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What have I done? Circular dependency. Is that right? No. Yes. If I remove this now. No, that's not it. So let me just just stash these two. Oh, is this guy? Because it treated as a module. Yeah, I can get uh eh, what was it? Okay. Yeah, if sequence cannot really be an empty string like that. Hey, now I am confused. Why? Allow.js? True. Did I use press? No. Let's delete this. This is strange. This is strange. But anyway, first take a look at here. So is indeed all of these are exposed, and where's the uppercase one? What? There is an uppercase one. Why there's no uppercase one? Hum. Or maybe this define export is not what I was expecting. This util. No, it is what I was expecting. I get the export and just define a key for that export. But this one constructor register, not here. Mix in emitters, that's okay. And prior.prompts. And then don't tell me you delete EPPP prompts. No, it's not here. I get those prompts and run it. That's okay. I'm a little bit confused because these runs are these functions. But this functions is retrieved from this prompt, which is from here. And where does that come from? Function prototype registered. Yeah, this is for registration. That's fine. Oh, here. Get prompts and get types. There you go. I try to do it like this. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's where this get that supposedly that prompt comes from. However, during the test, we shown that it is undefined. Yeah, it is undefined. So, but because the prompt have not been set, maybe. But when it get, it try to require this dot lib dot prompts, but this prompt. So this whole thing at the end, it does return that prompt plus. Interesting. So in either way, according to that, this is showing it like this. But let me define. That's how it's being used. What do you mean? This is this guy. Bing is this guy. Now I'm confused. I'm pretty much really confused. Why does it do that? This makes no sense because that's how it is being used. Okay. To do some quick test. I have it. Doing JSON. You go. Now this is showing the same thing. this is showing the same thing. This is also the same thing. This does has a function. Or this does have a function. What? I what is going on? Don't be lazy. They're the same, which is what I expect. Not exactly expect. This is not a constructor. Yes, that's what I expect. That's why they're not equal. Because, as I said, this is the namespace object. It's different than the default export. However, so the first one have this, and then it have a default, which is no, at y. Okay, yes. So this one is what I expect. Right, so this is correct. This has lambda. Y doesn't have. This is undefined. Yes, I expect that. right? So the default has this, but this does not export prompts. It export these. So that is the confusing part, because in over here, in the examples, the library, well, this is okay, but the library was in the example is also using this construct to get the prompt. Something here. No. Yeah, like this. This is not what I expect, but oh yeah, this is CommonJS. This is CommonJS. So what happened is this is just end up is a destructuring of the default object. Well, if you do the new stuff, and then that gets the enquirer class and then get its static method function over here, but not as a name export of the namespace object. So what's the problem I'm facing here? So the problem is, well, of course, the code itself is exposing CommonJS stuff. It's using export equal, and then while it's doing export equal, in that enquirer, it also shows the include the prompts and other stuff through this function, this code here. So that's a way the library expose all those other details for easy to use, but it's kind of a weird way or unconventional way to do that. So the option is then one, if of course if they convert the whole thing to ES6 and populate and expose it and do all that, then it won't be a problem, but it will be a breaking change, of course. And if it's keep this way, and so when I do the types, I really cannot use the module export. Let's see. I'm doing this. Which is fine. I'm exposing what is trying to expose. And then over here, it have this prompts and this types. Hold on, no, hold on a second. If this is really the case, right? If this is really the case, I do get that. This I am getting undefined. So in TypeScript or in at least doing it like this, unless I'm using Babel, I'm not getting this named export, right? It is really not a name export. So that's the weird stuff. I cannot really import it like this. So the same goes for here. I can't really import it like this. That's why this is getting undefined. This doesn't work. So in the same sense, this doesn't work. The types, if I put something over here, oh, come on, move. So I get that, I get this. I got this 5. I get this 5? How? Because that type is this. If oh, this is static. Yeah, this static one I can get these to get. Yep. That. So what I am describing here is correct, right? This is Boolean prompt. This is Boolean prompt. It is here. The code is working. It's the example. Is the example actually not right? Hold on. Because this is just object destructuring, right? Or in Node.js, when it's doing this, it's doing something different. This I need some help. This is so weird to me. Survey. Yeah. Is the object defined? There you go. There you go. That's what happened over here. So this is undefined. So this is there. Interesting. That's very, very interesting. Just in case I don't. This is structuring differently. Holy mosh. Holy mush. Wow. What am I seeing here? This is so interesting. So what? Why is that working again? No, no. What? Holy cow. What? Holy cow. I think this is worth I'm not sure is this a bug in TypeScript. Really not sure. I'm really not sure. But okay. It seems like we got something very, 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 very interesting. So because of that, I probably have to cut this, stop this live stream now, because well, it's approaching 2 hours already, and I'm gonna stop this, record what I have found over here, make a small videos, and then just share with the TypeScript team to see if they have any idea what is going on here. But wow, I catch something very, very interesting. All right. Anyway, because of that, we couldn't go as far as I was hoping for, but that's okay. That's part of life, part of coding, and we will continue next time. So originally for this exercise, I was planning to finish it up today, but seems like I won't be able to do that. so well, we will continue next time. So we'll continue next time. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this and find what I just found amazing. And I will post this on the TypeScript GitHub issue and also at the Gita. So if you're interested, go check it out over there and see what's the answer or what came out of it. So anyway, again, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.